Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2. And today, I'm going to be giving you a new episode of What If Naruto had the Sharingan and the Byakugan mix. Part 8. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also go ahead and check out a new episode of What If Naruto had 9 Keke Genkai. I post a new episode of that, so go ahead and enjoy that. And also go ahead and check out Anime King, my main channel guys. And if you do enjoy the 600 plus what ifs over there, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family and subscribe to both channels. So thank you for all of your help and your support. So I posted 2 new episodes today. I posted that episode of What If Kaguya trained Naruto and What If Naruto created its own village. So just go over there and enjoy those lovely what ifs. And remember, if you're new to comment down below and tell me, I'll be replying to all of you. So yeah guys, without further ado, let's get straight into this new episode. So, the last time we left off, Naruto and his team was sent on a mission to deliver the princess home. They were then ambushed by a bunch of unknown names as they were surrounded as they had to spread up. As Naruto went off with the princess, as the both of them talked, and Naruto made her see the error of her ways as she's been acting too stuck up just because she's a princess. Sasuke then got captured by the man who wanted the princess as he delivered a trade for her with Sasuke, but Naruto told her no as she was surprised. She thought that Naruto would give her up as Naruto told her that he would protect her with his life. As they came up with a plan, it ended up in a battle where Naruto faced off against the man as the man was beating him at first until Naruto's eyes, its hexagon, activate, giving him a new ability to foresee attacks. The hexagon has a rare ability for its body to move on its own when attacks come its way. It's basically a lesser form of Ultra Instinct that Goku possessed from Dragon Ball Z Super. So with this new ability, Naruto was able to defeat the man as Naruto took his sword. Naruto then woke up as they were heading towards the princess palace, as they brought her home safe and she thanked Naruto with a kiss, as Naruto is now the owner of the new lightning sword. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can search across the playlist and check it out for yourself. So let's start this new episode. This episode starts 5 days after the mission with the princess, where Naruto, Sasuke and Sakura are standing in front of the academy. After coming back to Konoha and reporting the mission details, Sarutobi quickly told Kakashi to enlist his team for the upcoming Chunin exams. But the Chunin exams this year is going to be a popular one, seeing that 3 Jinchurikis are going to be taking the exam this year. The Raikage sent a team from Kumo to participate in the Chunin exams. Along with the Raikage and the Kazekage, 3 Kages will be there as well, as Killer Bee along with his student Yujito, Samui, Amoy and Karu. The 4 of them are going to be taking the Chunin exams this year, as Naruto didn't really know any of them, and also he didn't really know Gaara, and that Gaara possessed tail beasts as well, so he's going into this exam blind, not knowing about the tail beasts. But Naruto had told Sasuke after he came back to the village about this new ability of his hexagon, as he could predict movements. It was like his body was reacting on its own. It was like his eyes gave him a view that no other eye could see. Mixture of 2 rare special abilities, the Byakugan able to see items, anything from a far distance, and the Sharingan able to predict movements. So those 2 combined gave him the ability for his body to predict movements and move on its own, as Naruto has also been training with his lightning sword. It was really difficult at first because it took a lot of power out of him, a lot of chakra to wield the blade, but he's slowly getting used to it. So right now Naruto and his team were in front of the academy. As they entered, the place was empty as they looked around. So the 3rd floor, said Naruto, Yeah, that's right, said Sasuke. The three of them then arrived to the second floor. What's going on here? Naruto wondered, as he saw that everyone is grouping up at that door. Hey, let us in, said a voice, as one of the Genins were arguing with a man at the door. Hey, we're doing a good thing for you kids. The tuning exams are brutal, and if you go in, most of you will end up dying, the man said. We don't care about that. Just let us in. As Naruto sighed as he then looked at Sasuke and Sakura, as the both of them quickly realized that this place is under a genjutsu. Come on, said Naruto. We're not going to tell them anything. Less people taking the exam, less competition. As they all walked past. As they then saw Lee, along with Neji and Tenten. Lee rushed forward to get into the room as the man punched him, as it sent Lee flying back, as he hit into Sasuke, allowing Sasuke to hit into Sakura, and Sakura hit into Naruto. As Naruto didn't fall, but he turned around to see his two teammates on the ground with Lee. What the hell just happened? Naruto asked, as Lee got up. I apologize for that, said Lee, as Naruto looked at him, and then looked back at Neji and Tenten. Konoha ninja, Naruto thought. Stars came in Lee's eye. Wait, you're him, aren't you? You're Uchiha Naruto. And what does that have to do with you? Naruto asked. Well, Guy Sensei told me about your recent mission and how powerful you are. And to be the best, you have to challenge the best. So, I challenge you, Naruto, to a battle. Not interested, said Naruto as he walked forward, as Lee's sweat dropped. Lee was about to say something else, but Neji stopped him. Lee, let him go. As Lee then frowned, as Naruto and his team walked off, as they entered a huge hallway. Back with Lee and his team, Neji and Tenten were walking off, as Lee smirked. He then raced off, as Tenten turned around to see Lee running off. What the hell? Just leave him be, said Neji, and let's go. Alright, said Tenten as she walked off with Neji. Uchiha Naruto, said a voice, as Naruto stopped in the huge hallway. As he looked up to see the same person, Lee then jumped down as he landed on the ground gracefully. I challenge you to a battle, he said. Naruto looked at him. I already told you I'm not interested. Well, I won't take no for an answer, Lee said as he go into a fighting stance. This guy. Naruto then looked at Sakura and Sasuke. Give me a minute, will you? Lee then rushed at Naruto with incredible speed, knowing that Naruto will have to defend himself. Both Sakura and Sasuke just move away from Naruto. Lee then came into a spinning kick as Naruto raised his hand and grabbed Lee's leg. Naruto then spin Lee around and threw him. Lee flipped in mid-air as he landed on the ground. I knew it, said Lee. Now, prepare yourself. As Lee dashed off with that incredible speed. He's fast, said Naruto, as he dodged a punch to his face, as Naruto flipped back and dodged another punch, while his sword was strapped on his back. Lee then appeared below him, as Naruto was landing down. Lee brought up his fist for an uppercut, but Naruto ran through hand sign, wind style, wind palm, as he burst out a gust of wind out of his palm, as Lee jumped back as Naruto landed. You had enough yet? Naruto asked. I haven't even gotten warmed up yet, said Lee, as he started to unwrap the bandage on his arm. It's time that I test this. He then rushed at Naruto. As Naruto brought up his fist, Lee dodged his fist as he appeared below Naruto. He then used his leg and kicked Naruto straight up into the air, as he then vanished and appeared behind Naruto, as he tried to turn Naruto over, as he was about to wrap Naruto up with the bandages. But Naruto elbowed Lee in the stomach, as Lee was surprised. Lee got pushed off in mid-air, as Naruto flipped around and brought down his leg and slammed it into Lee's stomach, as Lee was sent spiraling down to the ground. Before Lee could flip in mid-air and land gracefully, Naruto was upon him in seconds, as Naruto fisted Lee in the face, causing Lee to drop down to the ground. As Lee slammed into the ground, as he felt the impact from Naruto's fist, as Naruto then landed and brushed off his shirt. Alright guys, let's go. As Lee slowly got up. I am not done with you yet, said Lee. Lee, "What do you think you're doing?" said a voice, as the team turned around to see a turtle, as everyone just looked at the turtle. "Oh, I'm sorry," Lee said as he bowed to the turtle. "Come on, let's go. Your team is waiting for you." "Alright," Lee said as he rushed off, as he then stopped before exiting. "We will fight again, Uchiha Naruto, and that's a promise." Naruto snorted as he went off. They finally arrived to the room. As they entered, killing intent was coming their way by a heavy fall, as Sakura flinched and took a step back, while Naruto and Sasuke stood their ground. As Naruto started to release his own killing intent to fight off the others, and Sasuke did the same, as Sakura then entered back the room with a sigh. Sometimes she just feels like she's a useless person in this team, which she basically is. As Naruto and his team entered, as they saw Shikamaru's team along with Hinata's team, as Naruto saw Hinata, as you remember the last time when he told her that he's here for a marriage proposal, a joke, and she got so flustered. "Hello, Hinata," Naruto said with a smile. "Hey, hello, Naruto," she said, poking her fingers together. "Always so shy," Naruto said. But it was then that Naruto felt something in the room. "Hey kid," said Kurama. "Oh, what is it?" Naruto asked. "There's 2 other tail beasts in here." "What? 2 of them? And who is that?" "Well, one of them is Shikaku, the one-tailed raccoon, and the other one is a Nebe, the 2-tailed cat." "The one-tail and the 2-tail? So where are they?" Naruto asked. "Just look around the room and try if you can find them," said Kurama. As Naruto scanned the room, he then saw a boy with a red hair, as he was just by himself, as Naruto could see the cold and death in his eyes. Both of their eyes locked, as the boy gained a creepy smile on his face looking at Naruto. Naruto then shifted his gaze. "Was he one?" Naruto asked. "Yes, that's the one-tailed Shikaku, the raccoon." As Naruto scanned the room again, it took him a while, but his eyes locked on this yellow-haired girl, as she seemed different from her group. There was another yellow-haired girl, but she seemed cold and distant, not because of a tail beast, just her personality. That was some way. But Naruto's eyes locked on Yujito. "Is she one?" "Yes," said Kurama. "That is the 2-tailed Nibi's Jinchuriki." "So, they're the 1-tails and the 2-tails. That means they have nothing on you, since you have 9 tails. Both of them are weak compared to me, but at least this exam is going to be entertaining." It was then Naruto and his friends just talked for a bit, until Kabuto walked up to them. You guys are being too loud." As everyone turned and looked at him. "Who the hell are you to say we're being too loud?" Naruto asked. "Just look," said Kabuto as he pointed behind him, as everyone looked behind him to see everyone staring at them. As Ino shook as she looked at Sakura, as Sakura stepped back. "Well, looks like we're being too loud." "Screw them all," said Naruto. "If anyone think they can shut me up, then they should come and say it in front of my face." As Sakura sighed, there goes that attitude again. It was basically the Uchiha in Naruto. As Naruto looked around the room, speaking his mind freely, it was then 3 sound Genins smiled at each other. "So, he's one of our targets," one of them said. "Yes, he is," as the other one smiled. "Wonder if we should rough him up a bit, just to test him out." But before they could do anything, Ibiki poofed into the room with the examiners. "Alright, maggots," he said, as he started to tell them the rule of the exam, and about the 10th question and everything, and if they fail, that they won't be able to do the exam ever again, but if they quit, they can do it next year. Naruto is much smarter in this one, because he grew up with Sasuke and his father, and the both of them are book smart as well. So he was able to answer all the questions, and when it came to the 10th question, Naruto leaned back, as he wasn't going to quit this exam, as everyone waited, and most of them got up and leave. As Ibiki then frowned. "I thought more of you would leave, but I guess I can't do anything about that," as he told them, that there is no 10 question, it is just a test to see if they would stay, as he then explained to them. After a few minutes, Anko appeared into the room. "Alright everyone," she said, after bursting through the window, "let me introduce myself. I am the sexy mistress Anko," with a smile on her face. Naruto didn't know why, but just from seeing her, he felt aroused, as Hinata saw this because she was the one sitting next to him. As Hinata then looked at Anko and looked back at herself, as Anko told all of them to follow her. As they all went off front of the entrance of the Forest of Death, when they arrived there, Naruto was with his team. As he was talking, it was then a kunai flew towards him. It was aimed to cut his cheek, but Naruto tilted his head. As then Anko arrived behind him. As Sakura and Sasuke were surprised at her speed, as she had a kunai at Naruto's neck. "Hey, when I'm talking, you know that you should shut up, right? Or I could end you right here," said Anko. "Go ahead and try it," said Naruto, as Anko then felt something poking in her side. As she looked down, she then chuckled. "Well, interesting. I like you, kid." As she then removed the kunai from his neck. Meanwhile, Yujito, Samui, Karu and Amoy were all looking at Naruto. "So that is him," said Karu. She chuckled to herself. "So we have to bring him back to the village," said Amoy. As Samui nodded, and so did Yujito, as the Raikage sent them with a plan to capture Naruto. Years ago, he tried to capture a member of the Hyuga clan, but they failed, and that is why Neji's father is dead. So after failing to get the Byakugan in their village, as now they heard the exciting news, 2 Uchihas are still alive after Itachi's massacre, but one of them possessed a rare eye mixed with the Byakugan and the Sharingan. That would be just great if Naruto was captured and brought to their village. For him to be with the women and have kids, and the kids have the mixture of the Sharingan and the Byakugan as well, the Hexagon, and their village would grow with immense power after that. As the news got leaked about Naruto Hexagon, most people already know of it. But it wasn't really a secret that Naruto was hiding. "So how are we going to do this?" said Amoy. "Should we take him in the forest? Because I heard that he's quite skilled." "Our orders are to take him in the final, and you know that," said Yujito. "We just have to wait until he's away from his team and everything. When we're leaving this village, we will take him, and he cannot stop us all," said Samui, as Karu slammed her fist into her palm. "Just make sure I can beat him up a bit," she said with a smile. 5 minutes later, everyone finished signing their consent forms. If they die in the forest, Konoha won't be responsible. So Naruto and his team signed the forms, as they got a heaven scroll, so they were supposed to get an earth scroll in the forest. After everyone was done and ready, all of them stood in front of the gates, as the gates then opened up, as Anko shouted, "Begin!" as everyone started to flood into the forest. 5 minutes later, Naruto and his group was walking through the forest peacefully, as they weren't getting any trouble, as they were just looking around, trying to find a team for a scroll. As Naruto activated his Hexagon, as he could see all around the forest, his range was also better than the Byakugan. "So, do you see them?" "Yeah," said Naruto. As he looked at Sasuke, "It's just begin. There are a lot of teams around here. One of them is especially close to us. Let's go take them on first." As they then looked at Sakura, "Alright," she said, as they all rushed off. About 10 minutes later, "Damn it," said Naruto, as the team that they just fought didn't have the scroll that they wanted, so they had to leave. As they kept on walking through the forest, as Naruto is scanning the team closest to them. After about 20 minutes, they got their scroll, from defeating a team from the land of grass, and pretty easily at that. So they were going to go to the tower, as Naruto and his team were going forward. Naruto had both scrolls inside of his pouch, as they were jumping on tree branch to tree branch. Naruto then turned around. "Doc," he said as the three of them jumped down as a blast of wind destroyed the tree that they were just on. As they all dropped to the ground. "What was that?" said Sakura as they all looked around to see what was responsible for that, as they had no idea. It was then that Naruto turned around back. He came face to face with a giant snake. The snake knocked Naruto with his head, sending Naruto flying back. "Naruto," said Sasuke, but he couldn't worry about Naruto for too long, as someone appeared between him and Sakura. The person sent Sakura flying to a nearby tree, as he punched Sasuke in the stomach and then kicked him away. As Sasuke was flying back, but he flipped in midair as he landed, holding his stomach. As he looked over at Sakura, as she was just getting up, regaining her composure. "Who are you?" said Sasuke, as he looked at the person. It was a girl. She was from the hidden grass. As the girl looked at the snake, "Go get him." As the snake then slithered off and went after Naruto. "Damn it, can't worry about Naruto right now." "No you can't," said the girl as she appeared in front of Sasuke as she kicked him in the face. "Sasuke," said Sakura as she pulled out 3 kunais and threw it towards the girl, who quickly sidestepped them all. As she walked up towards Sakura, Sakura got up and threw a punch. The girl grabbed her wrist, too weak, as she lifted Sakura in the air with one hand and slammed her down into the ground. "Damn it," said Sasuke as he summoned one shadow clone. As the real Sasuke rushed towards the girl, while the shadow clone ran around and grabbed Sakura and picked her up, carrying her bridal style to get her out of harm's way. As Sasuke encountered with the strange grass ninja, as the both of them started to battle a taijutsu, but Sasuke realized that she was way out of his league, as she backhanded him away as he slammed into a nearby tree, as he coughed up some blood. "Damn you!" as he ran through a set of hand signs, fire style, red streaming flames, as he engulfed the entire area with red flames. After the flames died down, he looked around for any sight of the grass nin, but she was nowhere to be seen. It was then that 2 arms break out of the ground and grab Sasuke's leg as the person emerged from the ground, arms still holding on to Sasuke. Sasuke was then rose up into the air. Sasuke quickly flung 2 shurikens at her. "Shadow shuriken technique," Sasuke said. As the shurikens multiplied and came, it was now 30 of them, as the person jumped back to avoid them all. "What do you want?" said Sasuke, as he realized this person hasn't asked them for the scroll yet or anything like that. "Well, I am just interested in testing you and the other." "The other? Are you talking about Naruto?" "Yes, Naruto. But as of what you're showing me right now, Sasuke, I am not that impressed." It was then that the giant snake was sent hurtling through the forest with a bolt of lightning coursing over its body. As the snake then poofed away, as an enraged Naruto covered in saliva and spit. "Sasuke, move!" Naruto shouted, as he let out a blast of lightning through the whole area, destroying everything in sight. As Naruto then landed, as he huffed, that took a lot of chakra out of him, and also cutting through that snake's stomach. Because the damn snake swallowed him, that is why he's so drenched. "Who is this person?" Naruto asked as Sasuke landed beside him. "I don't know, but she said that she wanted to test us." "Where is Sakura?" Naruto asked as he looked around. "Don't worry, I sent her off with a shadow clone to make sure that she's safe. But right now, she cannot face off against this person." "I know," said Naruto, as he turned back to the grass nin. As Naruto then cackled lightning through his sword again, the grass ninja came out of the ground. "Impressive, my Naruto." As Naruto snapped his eyes back open, the hexagon were showing. "Now those are the eyes that I want to see," the grass ninja said with a maniac smile. As Naruto lightning, I hurt her a bit, as she then tear off her face. showing her face underneath, as Naruto was shocked to see who it was. Wait, I know you! You know me? And how is that, my boy? I've seen you in the history books. You're Orochimaru. You're part of a legendary Sanin with Jiraiya and Tsunade. But what are you doing here in the exams? I already explained that, said Orochimaru. I came to test you and Sasuke. Test us? Test us for what? Naruto asked. You will know soon enough. As Orochimaru rushed forward, Sasuke, prepare yourself. As Sasuke snapped his eyes open to show the two totem Sharingan, as the both of them rushed forward and engaged Orochimaru in a battle. As they first started taijutsu, but Orochimaru was showing them that they were not on his league, even though it was the both of them. Orochimaru spun around as he sent Naruto flying back with a roundhouse kick. He punched Sasuke in the stomach and headbutted him, sending Sasuke to the ground. Wind style, wind blade, said Naruto, as the tree that Orochimaru was on was ripped out by invisible wind blade. Fire style, fireball jutsu, Sasuke said as he released a stream of fire, but he wasn't done there. Lightning style, lightning spear, as he let out lightning spears all over the place, flying in the smoke where the fire hit. But when it cleared, Orochimaru was gone. As Sasuke then heard a voice behind him. Impressive, really impressive. As Sasuke quickly jumped back. How did you learn those techniques? Those techniques are far above a genuine capability. And for him to know. Even you, Naruto, both of you. How did you learn those techniques? The both of them looked at Orochimaru, as there was no way they were going to tell him that they stole it from a scroll. We won't tell you anything, said Naruto, so burn in hell. Fire style, hell gates, as Naruto released a stream of fire, as it took the shape of a giant gate rushing towards Orochimaru, disintegrating everything in its path. As it hit him dead on, as it buried him down into the ground, everything then exploded around him, as the trees collapsed on him because the fire burned through the roots. As Naruto dropped on one knee, that took a lot of chakra out of him. As Sasuke walked over to him, well, at least it's done. It was then that a head sticked out of the ground right in front of them, as a sword came out of Orochimaru's mouth. It pierced Naruto right through the shoulder, sending him flying back into a tree. Sasuke rushed over to the head to kick it right off, but the sword retracted and the head went back into the ground. Damn it, Naruto cursed. This guy, he's much stronger than I thought. My body isn't able to keep up with him. He's just too fast. But I still can't afford to die here. Orochimaru then broke from the ground as Naruto rushed towards him, as Naruto Hexagon started to flare, as Orochimaru came in for a punch, which Naruto easily dodged. As Orochimaru was caught off guard, Naruto then brought up his leg, but Orochimaru brought up his leg as well. As the both of them made contact, as Naruto jumped back, Orochimaru then rushed towards him as he started to punch at Naruto, but Naruto was weaving through his punches. As Orochimaru looked at Naruto's eyes while he was trying to punch him, as he saw his eyes flaring. As Naruto's body was basically moving on its own at this point, as Naruto was dodging all of Orochimaru's attacks. As Naruto saw an opening, as he brought back his fist and slammed it into Orochimaru's stomach, caughting Orochimaru completely off guard. Orochimaru took a step back, but then he started to chuckle. That is what I love to see. Power that you already have. Sasuke then appeared behind Orochimaru as he had Naruto's sword in his hand. As Sasuke came with a swipe, but Orochimaru moved his back as the sword missed him. Sasuke then threw the sword right around Orochimaru as Naruto caught it in his left hand. Naruto then brought down the sword as Sasuke jumped away, as lightning coursed off of it, hitting Orochimaru right in the chest as he was sent flying back and slammed into a tree. It was then that another Orochimaru came out of his mouth, as Naruto couldn't believe what he was seeing. He was now perfectly fine. He then rushed towards Naruto at an incredible speed, caught Naruto off guard as he fisted Naruto in the face. Sasuke was going through hand sign when Orochimaru stuck out his tongue as it wrapped around Sasuke and pulled him towards him. Orochimaru then grabbed Sasuke by the face and slammed him down beside Naruto as he then flipped back. "You two are really starting to impress me." The both of them then slowly got off the ground as they looked at Orochimaru, as the both of them were heavily injured at this point and they already used up a lot of chakra. "Now it's time for me to give you my special gift." It was then that Sakura came back to the scene as she saw the both of them badly bruised and injured. The clone had poofed away that Sasuke created. But what was she going to do? But she knew that she has to help. "Earth style, earth bind," said Orochimaru, as earth propellers came from the ground and wrapped around Naruto and Sasuke. Orochimaru then extended his neck as he beat down into Sasuke first, as Sasuke dropped on the ground, writhing in agony. As Sakura rushed over, Orochimaru then sank his fangs into Naruto's neck. Naruto dropped on his knees. It was then Kurama snapped his eyes open as he started to flood his chakra through Naruto's body, as the seal on Naruto's neck didn't form, but instead it burned away. As Orochimaru looked at Naruto curiously, "What is this?" he wondered to himself. "Oh, I get it now. That overgrown vermin inside of you is stopping me from passing down my mark to you, that nine-tailed creature." As Orochimaru growled, as a fox inside of Naruto was stopping him from delivering the mark towards Naruto. Naruto then slowly got back up to his knees. As he got on one foot, "Sakura, take Sasuke and run." As Naruto picked up his lightning sword, "What are you talking about? I can't do that." Naruto then turned and looked at her, as for the first time she saw fear in Naruto's eyes. "Take him and run now. I don't know what will happen, but just run." As she looked at him, she didn't want to leave him because she couldn't allow him to fight this guy on her own. "I said run, Sakura. If you stay here, we're all going to die, so just get out of here." As she decided to listen to what he was saying, as she picked up Sasuke, as she looked at Naruto again, "Run!" As she then hopped off from tree branch to tree branch, as Naruto watched till she was far away. But when he turned around back, Orochimaru was in front of him, as Orochimaru punched him in the face, as Naruto was sent flying back into a tree, as Naruto back slammed into the tree as he coughed up blood. As Naruto still had a smile on his face. "Why are you smiling?" Orochimaru asked. "I don't really know," said Naruto. "So, are you going to kill me?" Naruto asked him. "No, I'm not going to kill you. I am not going to go after your friends either. That mark, Sasuke, is going to come to me, seeking me for power. I wanted you to do the same thing, but that fox inside of you is stopping me from giving you my mark." As Orochimaru then disappeared with an incredible show of speed, as he appeared in front of Naruto. "But let me tell you something, my Naruto," he said, as he rubbed his hand on Naruto's face. "I want you to come to me for power as well. You will see that this village has nothing to offer to you. You must want revenge on Itachi for what he did." "What?" said Naruto. "Yes, you must want revenge. So that is something that you need. But this village cannot offer you power that you need to take down Itachi. So Sasuke will come to me, and I want you to follow him as well. This power I have to offer you will grant you power that you couldn't imagine. So when Sasuke decides to come to me, follow him as well." As Orochimaru then turned his back, as he disappeared, as Naruto felt his eyes going limp, as his body then fall down to the ground, as he landed face first. But guys, I'm gonna be ending this episode right here. If you want the next episode of this, you already know what to do, guys. Like, subscribe, comment down below, turn on that bell notifications they posted. Remember to share to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also go ahead and check out the new episode of What If Naruto Had 9 Kekkei Genkai. I post a new episode of that. And also go ahead and check out Anime King, my main channel, guys, where I post a new episode of What If Naruto created his own village, and I also post a new episode of What If Naruto was trained by Kaguya. So go ahead and enjoy those lovely what ifs, guys. But for now, I'm gonna be out of here. Peace.